Greetings. This is your brother Nasik Emmanuel Shahid Samad bin Avraham. And I want to come to you. First, let me give all honor to the Master of the universe, the God of Avraham, Abraham, Ibrahim, Isaac, and Jacob, and all those who have walked the line of divine. I want to thank you for this moment to come before you with a very important rebuttal to the recent, about a couple of weeks ago, Dr. Umar Johnson was interviewed, and he said some very disturbing and non-factual, delusional comments regarding Coach Deion Sanders. And he continued to spill out misinformation and rhetoric about our good brother, Coach Prime, and his desires and what he see is the calling on his life. And so I want to share what I understand of Brother Prime's dean and his service to his family, his children, his mother, and his desires for what he chooses and what God has ordained him to do in this hour. So, we're going to get right to this discussion. And I pray that those of you who have been misled and misinformed by Dr. Umar Johnson will correct. And one of the things is that we must be our brother's keeper. And we must stop this foolishness of evil inclinations that is housed in our flesh to speak evil and to spit out misinformation about another human being who has always lived his life to do good. And his good far outweigh his bad. And you never hear this brother, Coach Prime, criticizing another man for his walk and what he feels and what he's been directed and called to do. So as my brother's keeper, it is only proper after hearing this disturbing and misleading presentation that's been going on by Dr. Umar Johnson and sharing to the people all around this country in regards to Coach Prime and his lack of love and concern for his community. But you must understand that Coach Prime is a lover of humanity, and he knows that his mission in life is to serve his God as he understands him and see him first and foremost, then his family, and then the larger community. So I'm going to let us get right into this, and we're going to see the reality, and we're going to dispel the misfortune of information that Dr. Umar has been spilling out throughout this country regarding Coach Prime Deion Sanders.
But I want to start with Deion Sanders. Mm-hmm. You went to the Breakfast Club, and I want to roll this clip because I want you to kind of further speak about what we saw here on the Breakfast Club. Let's pay attention.
No. He never said, I could be gone in 3 years.
What does it matter, though? I'm
going to tell you why it matters. I'm about to tell you right now why it matters. Because he damn wrong. Now, if he told them, if I'm going to go back and study some more, but from what I seen him say, he was not that direct. But if he was, and that's not what I saw, so we disagree there. But if he was, he's still wrong, but it's a low level because at least you was transparent and you gave him informed consent. Mm-hmm. They knew you could leave at any time.
That's right.
Okay? Still wrong. I'm going to explain in a minute. Now, if he didn't tell them that, okay, and I'm hearing from people who know athletes on that team that they were not told it that way.
They weren't listening.
And they're upset.
Because he said that on 60 Minutes.
Okay? He didn't say it that way, Charlamagne. I saw that.
He did.
He did not. No, he didn't.
Exactly.
Now, if he did not do it that way, that automatically means that Deion Sanders used, abused, and exploited HBCU Jackson State just to be given an opportunity to show predominantly white institutions that he could.
Sorry, Coach Prime said, and I know a lot of Jackson State fans don't want to hear it, aren't going to want to hear it. But the interviewer asked him if a Power 5 school came with a such and such idea, came with to him and saying, give me a number, what would you do? And Coach Prime said that he would entertain it. Gotta entertain it. You'd be a fool not to entertain it. And that's basically what he said. So I know a lot of Jackson State fans don't want to hear it, SWAC fans don't want to hear it, but if a Power 5 school approached him, not saying he's going to take it, he said he's going to entertain it. Because that's what you do as a businessman. That's what you do as a businessman. And Dr. Charles McClellan said it at the beginning of this video. Coach Sanders is a businessman. He's more of a businessman than he is a coach. And we gotta understand, it's all right.
But in that interview, Coach, it's a part that I gotta focus on. It's a part that I need to address. And I'm going to address. When asked about what you would do if a Power 5 school approached you, you said, and I quote, I'm going to have to entertain it. I'd be a fool not to.
As you can see, this is where he is so misinformed to the truth. Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, made it clear during that 60-minute interview that he would be a fool if he did not consider if a Power 5 offer came to him, and Colorado wasn't the only Power 5 school that came to him. Auburn University in the SEC came to him where grown man football takes place. But the fact of the matter is, Dr. Umar and others, that's why, brothers and sisters, that's why I always tell people, study until your teeth break. You can't go out here spilling misinformation, terrible sauce. You can't do that. We got to be on the principles of truth and in divine order with that truth. And we have no time for this hatred towards another brother because of his deen and because of his walk. Stay in your lane and do what you called to do. Let's move on.
Coach, if he only used them as a stepping stone to getting a job at a white college, he was dead wrong, Sanders. Now, the reason I'm so personally disappointed in Deion is I thought he was there for a movement, not for money. Meaning, Deion Sanders, the coach of Jackson State, I foresaw a situation where Deion would hire other coaches, other retired black NFL greats to coach other HBCUs. In doing so, you attract our top tier high school athletes to come to HBCU.
Maybe.
Stay with me.
Eddie George, that's Tennessee
Stay
State.
with me. Stay with me. Football about, you know, like I know, if you got top tier NFL greats coaching HBCUs, the athletes are coming just like they was coming for Deion. He showed you, Charlamagne.
Deion, though.
He showed
Dr.
you.
Umar.
And his other was just
Deion's
as
one of the
great.
most famous people ever.
And his other was just as great. So listen.
Eddie George at Tennessee State.
That's one person. We talking about a system, not an individual. So, depending on white money, you got HBCUs at risk of being closed. I read something that said almost a half of them. A half may not survive the decade. So this was bigger than football. This was about the survival of the HBCU.
It's bigger than Deion,
especially,
though, Dr. Umar.
no,
Yes,
no.
it is. I think
You got to challenge the people that graduated. See, everybody clapped that attended, but everybody, those claps would cease when I talk about the giving back. Because that's where the difference is. The giving back. We have the propensity not to give back to what's blessed us. Baby, if you bless me like you blessed me today, you call me, we in Dallas, we going to dinner. Me, you, wife, and my lady, we going to dinner because you blessed me. I got to pay it forward. We got to learn how to do that, people. Yeah. We got to start blessing what blessed us. All the time, we just walk away and don't even look back over our shoulder and holler, I got mine. I know you got yours, but somebody else need to get theirs.
That clip was in reference to Dr. Umar's opinion about Deion Sanders leaving Jackson State and headed up to Colorado to coach that team. You mind building on that? I want us to have that conversation.
Sure. First, I want to say that I have tremendous respect for Deion Sanders and what he's done. For a long time, he was one of my favorite NFL players. I have nothing negative to say about him as a human being or as a man. We're speaking about his obligation to the black community and what he was in position to do to help secure the legacy of HBCUs.
You see, brothers and sisters, this is why it's so important. First of all, let's understand, Coach Prime don't care about your opinion of what he's doing. Let's understand that. This is a different kind of man. Coach Prime is a man's man. He don't care about what your opinion is. And you know, Don King used to say everybody got an opinion, just like everybody got a butthole. But you can't spill misinformation, brother. It got to be factual information. If you're going to speak facts, your opinion means nothing. That's where you're getting off track, brother. Your opinion, Dr. Umar Johnson, means nothing. We must deal with actual facts. We must deal with the principles of truth. And we must deal with actual facts. So you can't go around spilling misinformation on people. Study until your teeth break.
What makes you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me. So you ain't nothing you could do to me. I've been dealing with this foolishness since Pee Wee football, man. I've been him. I've been a difference maker, a game changer. I've been that guy. So what will change now that I'm coaching? Not a darn thing. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I'm not even on the field. But I'm pretty sure I get every darn coach I'm playing against, head coaches. And anything you want to do. But I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinions people have of you, long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be.
Listen, let me share something to you. Anybody have seen and been around and even watch on ESPN throughout Coach Prime's career? He has always had an incredible desire to please his Lord. His Lord is what's at the head of his life, and his desire has always been in his ministry. Not only I respect him for how strong he stands on his belief, and he confesses his belief no matter where he's at on the world stage, man. The man is a spiritual man led by the God of his understanding, brother. So if anything you know about Coach Prime is that he loves his Lord as he sees him and understands him. He's a lover of humanity. Coach Prime never said that his mission in life is to be a black activist or a black nationalist. No, he has never took on that title ever in the history of his life. But he has always been a man that confessed his faith and a man that believed in his Lord. He has always been a spiritual human being seeking the spiritual guidance and instructions and worshiping. That is what Coach Prime is about. So he has never been, you can't box him into where your opinion want him to be, Dr. Johnson. Get to know the man first before you speak against him. The man is about the rising of humanity and to remove evil inclinations that is housed in the flesh of whomever he crossed their path. And whatever he can speak into the atmosphere that can motivate, inspire, and inspire people means that you want to deposit something into them that will help them raise up. But let's get back, and I want you to see what this man is truly about.
Come on, you could do better than that. You could praise him. You could do better than that. You can praise him. You've got to understand, I've played in a couple Super Bowls, and you've done better than that for a football game. I know you can praise him. Oh, you can praise him. You can praise him. He's worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy. You got to praise him because you made it here today. The devil wanted to take you out, but you're here today. He had some plans for you, but you're here today. You had a car wreck, but you're here today. That woman was laying for you, but baby, you here today. Cancer overtook you, but you're here today. Somebody praise him just for being here today. Has Brother McClurkin gone? Has Brother McClurkin gone? I'm sorry. I would love to testify, but I want to be obedient to the Lord. Is that okay? Brother Kelly, I've been trying to get in touch with you. I've been trying to get in touch with you for quite some time because you've been on my heart, you've been on my mind, and I can feel you through your music. Pastor White, come here, please. Brother Kelly, please. Because he asked the saints a simple question. Brother, will you come up, please?
Hold on, before you go.
Sure.
Because I know you got a lot. You believe Deion can secure the future of HBCU?
I believe he had a strong chance of being able to lay the foundation for doing so, yes.
So laying the foundation and securing is different. We can
not necessarily, because we have to see it in motion. But the point is, Deion Sanders was bringing top recruits to Jackson State.
Right.
I saw Deion Sanders as being the catalyst of a movement where ex-NFL greats and NBA greats would occupy the coaching ranks at the premier HBCU campuses, pulling all of our talent that is exploited by the PWI back to the HBCU.
The thing that alarms me the most is just because I'm leaving Jackson, they think that I'm leaving African Americans. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm black. I can never leave who I am and what I am and how I go about being that. So it is still my task to look in that locker room and see 65 to 70% of African American men trying to help them get to the next level, as well as all the others. My calling is for young men, young women, and people of all walks of life, all social climates, and all ethnicities. That's my calling. My calling is not built on a location. It's built on a destination. Now that was good. You're supposed to clap for that. Darn it, that was good. You give me some of my good stuff. We just getting started. I already went in the bag, baby. Let's go.
All throughout this 3 hour, now I'm not going to keep you 3 hours going through this rhetoric that Dr. Umar Johnson has, this misinformation that he spilled out. But all through this 3 hour interview, he talked about as if Deion Sanders is responsible and obligated to be the champion for the cause of the lack of assistance and the lack of resources to HBCUs. Brother, where did you get that from? That's your opinion. That's not fact. And your conspiracy theories, man, you delusional. You got to know the man, brother. But you spilling like Deion is responsible for funding and the fight to be the champion. Why don't you do it? You doing all the talking. Why don't you do it? Work in your places. That's what's written. Work in your places. That's not his purpose. That's not his design. Deion will help whomever, man, the brother will give a sucker a break. He's a good brother and done very well in bringing people along that are part of his success. And he's never turned his back on the needy, and he has never been greedy. He has always been about the rising of humanity, and especially those that's in his circumference. But also, we all know that Deion got sons, brother, that he's raising to be great human beings as well as great athletes. So he is on a mission, man. He is on a mission. So let's move on. We all understand that Sports is a huge business in this country, especially in the collegiate level. And thank God that NILs is now so the brothers and the sisters can now get paid while they're playing in college, so that they're not just doing it for nothing and then walk away with a degree or without a degree and ain't got no change from this. So we understand it, but that's not Deion's role. That's not what he's been championing. I mean, he speaks out against any injustice that he sees, even if it's at Jackson State or even if it's at Colorado and so on. Because the brother, his journey ain't stopped, man. He's going up, brother. His desires is to go up. And I'll tell you this ahead of time. Okay? If his sons go into the NFL, there's a highly possibility that Deion Sanders will be the coach over that NFL team. He's just that good. I know he don't want to deal with that. And he wants to stay in the collegiate level. And he truly belongs in the Power 5. The man is that good as a coach and a teacher and a motivator and an inspirator and an example for all of humanity. Not just one segment of the community. That's never been him. So you can't put your opinion on him, Dr. Umar Johnson, like this. And then to speak misinformation that you know nothing about. So I tell people, man, study until your teeth break. Now let's get back to this discussion.
College athletics is a multi-billion-dollar business. We have at least 40% of HBCUs right now in danger of being closed down. We tried to buy one. There's a few more that just closed down in the past year. If you lose the HBCU, you lose middle-class Black America. The HBCU is responsible for more than 50% of our attorneys, 50% of our engineers, 50% of our teachers, 50% of our doctors, if I didn't say that already. So the HBCU has single-handedly kept a professional class in Black America. You just had a situation, as I mentioned to Charlemagne, where the Supreme Court just threw out affirmative action in college admission, which means white colleges no longer have to pursue the Black student anymore. That just made HBCUs more critical. If they don't survive, the Black middle class and or professional class doesn't survive. When Deion showed up at Jackson State, and I've spoke to players after that interview, players who told me Deion did not tell us he could leave. Not that quickly. Multiple players.
You left Jackson State and you left quick. What did you tell those kids? What did you tell those kids?
I didn't leave quick. Let's slow down. I didn't leave quick. I left when I was supposed to leave. We finished. Most coaches get a new job and they leave expeditiously. I finished the task.
You say finish the task. Was there more work you could have done in Jackson, or?
I think we did a tremendous job in Jackson. I think we laid down a tremendous blueprint.
We tried to press Sanders on the circumstances surrounding his abandoning the mission at Jackson State. He's hinted the school's lack of forward thinking may have factored in his decision. But on this topic, he was about as elusive as he was returning punts for touchdowns in the NFL.
What did you tell those kids when you left?
Opportunity. Call. Sooner or later in life, there will be an opportunity that knocks at your door. And at this juncture in my life, I felt like the opportunity for not only me, but for my kids as well, was tremendous. Not only did we take several kids from that team, 3 trainers, maybe 12 to 14 staffers. So we afforded to give people a tremendous opportunity here.
But at what point do we...
But let me finish that point.
Go ahead.
So therefore, you come to this HBCU, you see the change that you're able to generate. Why not systematize this so the HBCU can now compete with the Alabamas and the Florida States for that football revenue, that basketball revenue, those top recruits? And now the HBCU doesn't have to worry about handouts and contributions from alumni and celebrity Blacks, because you're now bringing in enough revenue on an annual basis from your athletic programs, the same way Duke and Carolina do, to sustain the university. Deion Sanders could have went down in history as one of the greatest black men in American history.
You don't think so?
Had he.
I do understand the people, but what I don't understand is do something about it. Won't you give a little more?
Right.
Won't you spend a little more time?
Right.
Won't you really try to bring solvency instead of sitting back throwing sticks and stones?
Right.
And it seems like all the people that are screaming and yelling and bickering and murmuring, check their giving. What have they given? When I was at Jackson, I told Ashley, unless they substantial givers, I ain't got time to be meeting with them. Meet about what? About what? I have a vision for this school. I have a vision for this department. Why am I meeting with you to talk about what I should be doing and you ain't doing that?
Right.
And to talk about all in, both of my sons was on the team.
Right.
My daughter was playing basketball.
Correct.
And my son doing social media.
Right.
So who's all in? My mama there, my sister there, nieces there, nephew there. So who's all in?
Right.
My dog even now.
Is if you are an HBCU graduate, send something back. You can't send 1,000. You can't send 500. You can't send 100. You can't send 50. Okay, fine. Commit, I'm going to send my school $1 a month. That's $12 a year. Y'all, numbers don't lie. If 1,000 graduates send $12 a year, that's more money than they gave last year. So what I'm trying to get us to understand is we've got to stop being so emotional because of what Deion did.
Say that again.
You don't think he's still going down in history?
As an athlete, but that's irrelevant to me. I don't care about athletes. I care about black success.
As a coach, you don't think he's going down?
As what
As
coach?
a coach.
He may. I don't know what the future holds, but that's not important to me.
So what is he? What would he?
Because athletics does not in any way, shape, form, or fashion compare to black survival and success. I don't care how many trophies you got, how many rings you got. That does not compare to where we end up as a people.
Is sports athletics a portal or a portal to power though?
How is it a portal to power when less than 50% of black Division I male athletes graduate within 4 to 5 years, and at least 40% of them never graduate at all? They exploit them for 4 years, and they back in the hood selling crack and weed. How is that a portal to power?
Yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, I feel as though someone like Deion Sanders can come through that and continue to elevate.
So Deion Sanders bragging the other day that gained the home opener for the University of Colorado, Boulder, Colorado, with a black percentage of 1.3%. Cracker land. 1.3% black people in Boulder. Y'all know King Kong was coming.
Well, our problem as a people is the mindset of competing with one another. This needs to stop. If you get a new house, I'm happy for you. You going through the struggle? Let me help you. I see you in a successful, loving relationship. Praise the Most High. I don't want to sabotage your relationship, or when I do get in one, use that as an opportunity to flex in your face. We need to stop being jealous of each other and be happy for the accomplishments of our brothers and sisters. When it's your time to shine, go ahead and shine. But don't take that as an opportunity to have a look at me now fest to all the people that doubted you, man.
Wait a minute here. This brother, Dr. Umar Johnson, I listen to you from time to time, and you have some very violent points on the unity that's needed in our community to support our community and lift our brothers up and things in that nature and the consciousness of it. I listen to you and I understand your view. I respect it. I respect your view. You know, I'm born and raised in from the most conscious city on the planet. I was born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. I come out the dirt in Newark. But one thing I do know, brother, I know storytellers, and I understand, brother, if you so conscious, why you calling yourself King Kong and pounding on your chest that you King Kong? Do you know the story of King Kong? I mean, you call white women snow bunnies. Well, King Kong fell in love with a white woman. So what are you really saying to us? Because you always talking about the white women, but you call yourself King Kong. Just think about the subliminal message that you sending by pounding and feeling pride that you King Kong. And the only thing in the jungle that was able to tame King Kong was a white woman that you call a snow bunny? Bruh, listen, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That's up to you. Like they say, it's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. But brother, that's up to you, partner.
1.3% black people in Boulder, Colorado, 2.6% black students at the University of Colorado, Deion bragging that the home opener made $18 million. What did that do for us?
I understand that, but I think he's thinking about his journey. The same. Hold on. The same way you're thinking about your journey.
No, my life is for the people. Everything I do is for the people.
All right. I understand that. And you know, we're gonna have some.
Do I spend more money coming back for homecoming on airfare, car rental, food, liquor, and hotel than I do to the school? See, again, you can be mad at Deion all day. I'm asking for a collective commitment. And if y'all think, oh, I'm just sitting here talking, I keep telling y'all, go listen to Dr. King's speech, April 3rd, 1968, at Mason Temple, when he said black people individually are poor, yet collectively we represent one of the wealthiest economies in the world. And so if we're going to be about that, then what I desire for us is to have a fervor for black institutions and not just talk about it.
This is what we have to do. Now, the other thing we'll have to do is this. Always anchor our external direct action with the power of economic withdrawal. Now, we are poor people. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Never stop and forget that collectively, that means all of us together, collectively we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. Did you ever think about that? After you leave the United States, Soviet Russia, Great Britain, West Germany, France, and I can name others, the American Negro collectively is richer than most nations of the world. We have an annual income of more than $30 billion a year, which is more than all of the exports of the United States and more than the national budget of Canada. Did you know that? That's power right there if we know how to pool it.
Clapping and all of that.
You're going to have it.
It's funny to me.
Because I'm the realest man in black America.
Listen. What we're going to talk about is the truth, though, because...
We're dealing with the truth.
Brother Umar, let's be serious. You have not produced one tangible thing. You done well with speeches. You done real well with speeches. And you going to claim yourself to be the truth? Man, do you know the truth about Coach Prime? Do you know the truth? You're using this word truth. Huh? But what good is truth if there's nothing to hold it up, if there's no foundation on the truth in your walk? You've 12 years, man. You've been talking about this pie in the sky school. You haven't put one kid in a classroom. That's the truth. There's no tracking system for your school. That's the truth. But for 12 years, you've been collecting money for a school that you have yet to open the doors. The truth is, those who want to really do something, they don't care if they got to teach in their car or teach on the corner or teach by a tree like they did in Timbuktu. Most of our organizations started in basements, started in storefronts. That's the truth. But you want to talk about truth? I'm going to show you some truth in Coach Prime. Real truth.
He's throwing, here goes, set, work.
I would say I'm the founder of truth, but we all have a wonderful role in making truth what it is.
Dive in front of them or something, because you look like you don't feel like it today.
I want all ethnicities. I want to make sure education is prevalent. I want to make sure the parents are involved, especially single mothers like mine was. I want to make sure the kids, we give them the best.
Truth has helped me with my game. It helped me train, helped me get better at my position. Everything I learned was from truth. Coach Prime mostly helped me in school. He taught me that good grades will always get you into better schools that can get you in a better life. I want to follow in his footsteps.
Twin, what'd you bring? Caleb, what'd you bring? My heart. Your heart?
You're instilling hope because kids today are very visual. You got to show them, because this is what happens when you do A, B, and C. And we're walking examples. Everyone is not going to be a professional athlete, but I bet you they're going to be professionals.
How you been doing in school?
Good.
Good? Well, why were y'all bear crawling today and getting in trouble? But now you're a leader. Why you let them do this? They listen to you. You got to stand up in those situations and say, y'all stop the mess. We here to be good kids, right? Can you do that for me?
Yes, sir.
Deion's like a father to all of our sons, you know, not just mine. One of the things he asked me when I first came on to the truth was, were there fathers in their lives? I told him no. He said, if you give me an opportunity, I promise you 110%, I'll be that man in their lives. And he's done all of that and more for us.
We want our kids to understand that hard work beats anything. So we use this platform in order to put them in a position where they understand that without dedicating yourself to something and without putting forth an effort, that there's no next step. So it's really been an academic catapult that we've just kind of taken and grabbing a hold of. And football is just the backdrop. It's the fun part.
How you been handling school?
Good. A's and B's.
What's the B's in?
Social studies. Coach Deion checks in with me sometimes. Playing with truth has taught me that I need to focus more about my grades than being an athlete.
You're a leader, man.
When they leave truth and move on, I want them to understand discipline, hard work, focus, resiliency, and truth. Just truth.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
All right. Have to live in reality. The claps don't make us right or wrong, right? What we have to focus on is the truth. You're telling me that your life, so if that was the truth, if your life was all for the people, you'll live at that school. You wouldn't have a home.
I probably won't go home once the school opens.
Before it opens, you would take the money from your home and put it in the school.
I have.
All of it.
Just about.
See, that's what I'm saying. So there's room to think about yourself.
Yes, but yourself does not take precedence over the people. My life is for the people. It is not about personal achievement.
So you don't
nothing wrong with that. Here's what I'm saying, because I don't want to make it all about Deion. You understand?
Right.
This is a systemic problem we have as black people, where we never subvert the personal agenda for the best interest of the race. That's where we have to go. Chinese, the race come first. European Jews, the race come first. Arabs, the race come first. And with black people, ourselves come first. And that's why we can't win,
because all power is in the group. Teamwork makes.
Before. There are 107 HBCUs in the United States. There are 230,000 students that go to those HBCUs. 20% of those students are non-black. So that means about 195 or so thousand of the students at HBCUs are black students. There are 1.6 million black students that attend PWIs in the United States. Okay, 1.6 million versus 230,000 total students out of 107. Now, when I listen to folk who are angry and upset with Deion Sanders, I thought about one of my staffers who came to me, and she was scared to tell me that she was taking a new job. And she told me she was leaving, and I said, well, why were you scared? She said, I thought you would be upset. I said, I've never been upset when somebody left. I said, and the reason I've never been upset when somebody left, because I always know no matter who you are, you can be replaced. I said, the only person that cannot be replaced is me, because I own it. Now, let me explain that. I don't get upset when somebody leaves. I've never gotten upset when the pastor left a church. I've never gotten upset when the editor of a paper or a place left. I've never done that, because the reality is, what I understand is, no institution dies or survives based upon one person. Now, the issue is not an institution dies when a person leaves. An institution dies when the new person comes in and does not handle their business.
It's the dream.
In all actuality with Deion, I feel as though when I look at even people like business doesn't have moral clause in it, right? So
no, European business doesn't have.
And that's what the colleges are, right? Ain't that the European structure?
Okay.
All right. So we're speaking about again, situational awareness. You cannot ignore the facts. Deion is inside of a structure and a system that he has to play a certain game the same way you do.
So Deion had to lead Jackson to go to all-white Colorado because he's in the system?
Dr. Umar, brother, in all sincerity, you know, are you aware that Colorado wasn't the only team? I mentioned this briefly in the opening, in my opening, that he wasn't Colorado was not the only school on the table. Are you aware? You got to search things out, partner. Are you aware that Auburn University wanted Deion before Colorado? Are you aware the SEC, where grown man football is played on the collegiate level, that this year we could have saw Deion Sanders matched up in the Iron Bowl against Alabama and Nick Saban? Are you aware of that? Are you aware that the alumni who controls Auburn wanted to put their grips and control Deion? Are you aware that Deion took the stance that I'm a free man and I'm not going to be controlled by no man? So your conspiracy theories, brother, you can throw that out the window. Deion Sanders is his own man, partner. So you spilling misinformation that he only went to Colorado for XYZ. You don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're correct about systematic systems should be in place, that those in our communities should support our institutions just like every other ethnic group. Yes, we should. We should do that. We should do that. But don't you put that on his shoulders like he the sole responsible one. His mission is clear, brother. And you need to be clear about that.
Push for Deion to be Auburn's head football coach.
I wanted Deion. First of all, I want to welcome Coach Freeze to the Auburn family. I talked to him when he first got the job, and I'm 100% behind Coach Freeze. But I wanted Deion. I don't call the AD. I don't call the president. I was asking an interview who I wanted to be the coach. I wanted Deion Sanders, and because I love the guy. I got a lot of love and admiration for him and respect. He's gonna do a hell of a job in Colorado. a hell of a job, just like he did at Jackson State. But Auburn went in a different direction. But like I say, I just announced publicly who I wanted. But Coach Freeze is our coach, and I got his back now.
Did you reach out to
I want him to know, like, hey, man, consider Auburn. But, hey, like I say, Deion's a great friend of mine.
I agree with you. I think it would be really a historical hire for the SEC and for college football. And of the names that I've heard so far, I mean, the usual suspects, Hugh Freeze, Lane Kiffin, I mean, Deion Sanders blows those guys away. I mean, Lane Kiffin has proven he can troll people on Twitter, and he's a very good coach. Hugh Freeze has proven that he's a good football coach, but neither one of them is going to generate the kind of excitement that Deion Sanders would generate. There's no comparison. I'm just giving opinions here. Nobody at Auburn cares what I think or you think about who their next football coach would be. But somebody said, I think I asked a question to John Talty yesterday about Lane Kiffin. How would Nick Saban react to that? Because Lane Kiffin is always trying to poke the bear. He could live with Lane Kiffin being at Auburn because he's already beaten Lane Kiffin every time he's faced him. But I guarantee you, Nick Saban would lose some sleep over Coach Prime being at Auburn.
Yeah. No, Deion. I believe Deion to be chasing a dream. I believe Deion to be chasing a position for him, his family, and then the mission. I believe the mission is still in the car with Deion. Sometimes when I hear you talk about the mission for him is saving kids.
Please tell us about how it's different than your other reality shows featuring celebrities.
I just think, well, first of all, we're real. There's nothing pre-scripted. I'm not reading a prompter. This is it. My kids are really crazy. They really are. They really like that. And you go through the trials and tribulations of gamut from 3 to ages 18. And it's not simplistic. My mother's there. She lives with me. I'm happy my mama lived with me and because I can do it alone.
Are all these kids yours, these 10 kids?
Okay, now, when you say 10 kids with a black man, you got to explain.
Yeah, I
You got to explain. Okay, my oldest daughter is 23. She lives in Atlanta. You know, my oldest son is 21. He goes to SMU. He's on football scholarship. Then I have an 18-year-old niece who's getting ready to go off to college. Another kid, Jaquan, we call him Florida, that he's 17. He plays football for me. He's a great individual. My 15-year-old biological son, my 13-year-old biological son, my 11-year-old beautiful daughter. My mother brought to the table 2 foster twins that she raises, and my nephew that's 3.
How old are they?
They're 9.
Okay, so 10, 9. I'm keeping track of the ages.
Yeah, 11. It's like 2 years apart. Everybody.
Okay.
13, 11,
Wow.
you're 9, then TJ's 3.
Wow. I commend you.
Yeah. And
Well,
I'm hands-on. I know the sizes of everyone. I know the shoe sizes of their teachers, and I could braid some hair too. By the way.
And so what are your rules? Because you started up.
Well, first of all, when we eat, I'm old school. Let's put away the cell phones. We got to talk.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you.
One screen at a time. We're watching TV. If we on the computer, we're on the computer. No 2 screens, one at a time. But when we eat, and we talk, we communicate. I want to know what happened in your day. I want to know who's tripping. I want to know who's the girl coming over the boy. I want to know everything. I got to meet mamas.
Right.
You don't just drop a kid off to my house. I need to meet somebody. I need to make eye contact. If you show out on me in public, I'm gonna show out on you. That's the number 2 rule.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Overtime.
I've been surprised by how old school you are.
Yeah.
You talk about socks can't be too low.
Right.
You don't want the baggy stuff.
Right.
What's another no-no for these kids? What do they know not to do?
No earrings.
All right.
In uniform. No hoodies in uniform. No sagging in uniforms. No one sock up, no sock down. Let your game separate you, not your dress code.
What's that all about?
Structure and discipline. When you go into the NFL, all the things that I'm teaching them are mandated. I'm preparing them for the next level. So if they come and matriculate and they go to UPS, you think they can wear any uniform they want, how they want it? If you on Wall Street, you think you can just fall into the office and walk in there any way you want? No, it's structure and rules to this thing.
You've got this old school sensibility. Nick Saban is not wearing a gold whistle, I guarantee
Nick ain't grow up how I grew up. Nick ain't from Fort Myers.
But you've got the...
I'm from Florida, baby. And you got to understand, parents of the kids that we're recruiting, they know prime. They just meeting Coach Prime. So I still got to get them some prime. That's what they expect. I can't go into grandmama's house and grandmama was riding there with me when I was high stepping and dancing for the Atlanta Falcons and I'm, hi, how you doing? I'm Coach. No. She won't prime.
Kids at an all-white school, who he saving black up there? Who Deion saving?
They go.
Who Deion saving at the University of Colorado?
He's saving children, though. His son, there they go.
Whose son? His.
Did you say?
Brother Umar, you know, I had to get some popcorn watching you in this interview because you're very comical, brother. And as we say in the streets, man, you got jokes. You know, Deion has always shown his love for his children, just like you shown love for your daughter. So you saying that he can't love his children and want for his children like Daddy Woods wanted for Tiger Woods, like Daddy Williams wanted for Serena and Venus, like Kobe Bryant's dad wanted for him, or Michael Jordan's father wanted for him? And the list go on, partner. So you saying that Deion doesn't have the right, as you had the right for your daughter, that he doesn't have the right for his children to be a part of their growth and development and success as a father? You know, we learned years ago, brother, that the word father means one who develops their child and help them further themselves in this life journey. So Deion is very involved in his children and other children that come across his path. And he sees their nature, he sees their talent, and he develops them to reach their greatest potential, their destination in life. Deion is not at his destination yet because the Creator is using him and he's shaking things up wherever he goes because he's very successful, because he's tied into that divine power, man. So you got jokes, partner, because you say so. He must give up his journey because of your opinion or your thoughts, and you never even met the man. You never even tried to find out what is his essence, what is his true desire, what is his mission. You're just filling your image. I guess you helping, I guess it's promoting your brand, because you know y'all folks out here, man, y'all on this social media brand crap. All of a sudden believing that you are more than what you are. Let's get on with this.
His son, there they go.
Whose son? His.
Did you save your daughter?
Of course.
All right,
But
so
not
that,
at the
I don't
expense.
like, hold on.
Not at the expense.
You keep
Not at
on,
the
what I
expense.
think, listen, it comes off disingenuous for me when you try to act like I'm gonna put y'all in front of me and mine. I got to save me and mine. He got his son with him. He is on a mission.
I didn't know Deion Sanders was broke and poor in the hood.
No, not at all.
Okay,
But
then.
my mission
So-
ain't accomplished. You ain't broken poor, but your mission ain't accomplished.
Okay.
So every day we wake up, we go towards the mission.
How is his mission tied to the white college?
His mission is tied to success and results. You're looking at it for him and his family, his
For him
son.
and his family. What about
So,
the community?
Again, that's still on the agenda, but it's
Brother Umar Johnson, in every black family, there's that auntie, like Auntie Connie. Every black family, that's that Mama Connie, huh? That's special 100, keeping it real, keeping it 100. You know, that Grandma Connie, the cornerstone of the family, huh? Well, that's Deion's mother. That's why she's his idol and mentor, his guide. He got his mother by his side, partner. She real. I mean, when I say she real, I mean I don't eat no ribs. I ain't never had no ribs in my life, but she eat the rib down to the bone and lick her fingers, baby. She soup that sauce up, brother, with some cornbread that's on the plate, man. She eat up that macaroni and cheese and that collard green. I'm talking about, brother, I'm talking about a real straight up mama in the community. Mama to everybody, showing love to whatever kids come across her path, man. A mother that sacrificed her life for her children. From sun up to sundown, like back in the 30s and the 50s and the 60s and so on. Mama used to go to work early in the morning, clean up master's house, attend to master's duties, and then come home and take care of her children and feed other children. That's Mama Connie. That's Deion's mother. It should tell you something about the brother. He come from good folk, man. He come from a good woman that was a single mother that raised this incredible, amazing human being. And you got the nerve to put your lips on that man. I'm talking about from your words, brother. But you got the nerve to keep talking, knocking him down. But Malcolm said for every stone thrown is a stepping stone up. That's real talk, partner. Let's move on. I want you to meet Mama Connie, brother. Let me introduce you to her.
You got to understand those things that you see, those things that you clap for, those things that you cheer for, those things that you idolize, they're not role models, they're models playing a role. You don't know who they are. You just saw them doing what they're gifted and blessed to do for 2 hours of the day. Could you imagine if the world got an opportunity to see you at your best for 2 hours a day, how your profile would just be enhanced, everything would be wonderful, everything would be so different, because we're showing you for 2 hours doing what you're gifted to do. But what happens to the other 22? And the role model should be somebody you can touch. My mama was my role model, man. My mama was that. I get upset a lot. Unless they talking about y'all, or they talking about my mama. See, back where I come from, when somebody says something about your mama, you put 1 foot back. So you was ready to get down. He didn't directly say something about my mama, but he alluded to the fact that his mama raised him, and my mama didn't raise me right.
I raised him right. I also told him to always be yourself. If you have to kick ass, kick ass.
I've had bad influences that taught me valuable lessons. Great influence is my mother. She's a workaholic. She worked on weekends, worked on weekdays. She worked on every day that ended with a Y. Never complained, never bickered, never murmured, never. She never seen me play ball in high school. She never seen me play ball in high school. Now I'm all state football. I'm all-state basketball, and I'm drafted by the Kansas City Royals in baseball. But my mother never seen me play. So I could have utilized that to say, poor little old me, I have no support, I have no love, I have no one that has my back. But I flipped that. I said, you know what? Bless little old me. Because I'm going to be rich one day and I'm going to make a lot of money. My mama's never going to have to work another day in her life. So when it's time for her to see me play, she's going to fly first class if that's what she wants. She's going to have on a mink coat if it's cold there or inclement weather. She's going to have several homes to her choosing. That's what I did. That's what I wanted. That's what was my goal. So when you talked about me,
I didn't give a darn. When you ridiculed me, I didn't care. When you mocked me, I didn't care at all. When you was upset with me, cart in Lee Memorial Hospital in Fort Myers, Florida, and I know she didn't want to do it, and she never seen me play. So that was my determination. That was my recognition of my why.
At an all-white school, where is the community on the agenda? Where is the black community on the agenda at Boulder, Colorado?
So what I did, if I'm Deion Sanders, I come into Jackson State and lay a blueprint. I break a mold. I do something that's never been done. But for you to ask me, that's for what you just spoke to. You spoke to him bringing all this revenue, bringing these athletes.
And he was there for how long?
That's not what we're speaking about.
No, it is what we're speaking of. Okay. Because it shows a lack of commitment.
No.
Here's the
opportunity call.
You know what? It's about love. About this man is a father, he's a coach, he's a leader. And to be able to be around somebody like that, that's come from my time and changing the football game now. A lot of coaches gonna have to change what they're doing. So it's a blessing. And he got such a great heart.
Tell me about this cereal you were telling me about.
Let me show you. So they didn't put Coach Prime on the Wheaties box, but me and Snoop put him on the Snoop cereal box. So this is changing the game. I told y'all product outweighs talent, and y'all see Coach Prime is on the Snoop cereal box. So, and he deserved it. He's the first coach, the first person we put on the box. So Brothers Foods.
You gonna get Snoop out here one of these games?
Yeah, Snoop coming. I was gonna get Snoop out here tonight, but his wife had a birthday. So maybe next week.
That's acceptable.
Yes.
I think what I believe is that in college sports we have to be effective to get hired to do certain things. Just like you, I want you to look at it through your lens and the things you've been able to do and how you had to exit certain routes. You had black people come and try to fix your school up, and you had an issue with that. Sometimes the power structure calls for us to need a handoff, need an assist, need something to put us in a position.
Black contractors scheming and scamming ain't got nothing to do with Deion running to 1.3% black.
This is what I'm saying
Boulder,
about
Colorado.
So here let's wrap that around. HBCUs and business in general, not HBCUs, but business in general has no moral clause.
Expect him to have this kind of an impact on HBCUs when he came to Jackson State?
I did not, and I often say this. I've been around stars before. This is the first time that I've been around a superstar, and I really did not realize
What do
the
you mean by
difference.
that?
Well, you know, a superstar can enter any room, can enter any boardroom. Coach Prime is a business person. Coach Prime has opened up doors for the Southwestern Athletic Conference that we could not get into.
Pepsi, American Airlines, Procter & Gamble, all are new sponsors of Jackson State or the conference. Call it the Prime Effect. But for all the flash, Sanders is defiantly old school, even by football standards. What other head coach brings his own lawnmower to the practice facility?
I may tell you once, hey, you know that grass needs to be cut on Thursday, okay? Now, if you don't cut it, I'm going to go do it.
That's you in a nutshell right there.
I can't. It's unfathomable to me to understand that you don't want to do your job and you're getting compensated for it. That's not the generation I came from.
I disagree with that. From a European standpoint, yes, we ain't Europeans. Our business always have a clause.
So for us not to have access to power, what business or industry do we even control?
We a $2 trillion people.
What business or industry do we control?
Recognize the necessity for unity and group operation. Do you understand that if we can work together as a group in unity, we will be more successful, more powerful, more able to do the things that as individuals working by ourselves, we have never been able to do. 2, pool your resources physically as well as financially. Stop wanton criticism of everything that is black owned and operated. Four, keep in mind that jealousy destroys from within. Fifth, observe the operations of the white man. He is successful. He makes no excuses for his failures. He works hard in a collective manner. You do the same. Now, these are things that we must do. Let's go on.
The problem, and we
okay,
ain't
so
never
what?
control
All right,
none,
so his
leaving the
access
black
to
school for the white one.
His access to power goes through
Boulder, Colorado.
Goes through the power structure.
Once did I say they're gonna put a tombstone with my name on it at Jackson State, so I wasn't gonna die here. Y'all know that. Everything I said I would do, I did. Everything I said I wanted to happen, I tried my darnest to make it happen. We've exceeded, I think, expectations in some realm. But when I don't fit into someone else's plan and purpose, now there's ridicule. But you forgot about my plan and God's purpose. That's where the dysfunction comes. I reached a point where I said to myself, we're going to go out there and recruit another great class. And we were, and TC will. And we're going to win again. So at what point do we keep dominating that you don't get mad at us for dominating? Because it's a level of dominance where you start to turn. And I felt that. We start to get tension from our own people because you're dominant and you start saying, well, that's prime. He can recruit that. We ain't got that. We don't have this. We heard that last night. You're 4 and 5 stars. Yeah, because we recruit those and they sign. But it comes a time that that's not what it's all about for me. I'm a winner. I've always won. I'm going to win. Y'all know that if you've done your homework. But it's bigger than that. It's about increasing enrollment. It's about the safety of students. It's about going to the next level, not just in football. I would love to go to another conference. Is the rest of the school ready? Is the baseball team ready? Is the basketball teams ready? Or just the football team? So you make it just about football, and it's not just about football to me. It's about our trainers and kids that the fire alarms may go off and not being turned off at 3:15 in the morning. It's about people that may not have the proper safety on a campus that they should. I'm not just talking about Jackson State, I'm talking about everywhere. So the things that I want to accomplish, I can't do it by just being the darn football coach and winning games. I can't do it. And I reached a point where I had a real conversation with the Lord. Now, it's funny how you believe the Lord when he said to come here, but you don't believe me when I tell you the Lord may tell me to do otherwise. It's like my God is talking to you about me. I don't think he works like that. But it's so much more that I can't do because that's not my occupation. I'm a football coach and a darn good one. And name one thing in football that we haven't accomplished that I said we would. But it's bigger than that. And until we address these underlying issues that nobody wants to talk about, ain't nothing gonna change. Football, yes. But what else is gonna change? And I'm a change agent. That's what it's all about to me. Because I'm not just attached to the football players, the equipment persons, the trainers, the academic persons, everybody on campus. When we leave, you're going to find out what all we did. Because they don't really talk about the positivity until we go. You'll find out what all we did for Jackson State and all we wanted to do for Jackson State. I just pray to God that in all that get some understanding on change. And where change really starts.
Brother Umar, you know, I have to go back to this because you keep talking through this interview. and know very little what you're talking about regarding Deion Sanders and your comparison to him. And also your statements, man, you the boldest and the only most powerful black man in America? Really? Who told you that? Where'd you get that from? I mean, like, literally, brother, all you've been doing is giving speeches. And the fact of the matter is, we were taught, man, long time ago, brother. We were taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if I say it in his voice, the basket of knowledge is empty. The basket of knowledge is empty. Meaning that all the knowledge has already given out, brother. You ain't teaching nothing that's not new. All you doing is exposing something when you're talking correct to those who are ignorant of it. You haven't revealed any new knowledge. I mean, everything you saying, we got it from Dr. Francis Quest Weldon. We got it for Dr. Smalls. We got it for John Henry Clark. We got it from Noble Drew Ali. We got it from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Imam Warfdeen Muhammad. We got it from Father Divine. We got it from Reverend Ike. The list go on. We got it from Dr. King. We got it from the Minister Farrakhan, from Jesse Jackson, even from Al Sharpton. So you're not telling us nothing that's new. You're not revealing any new trick, any new truth. The basket of knowledge is empty, brother. But you sitting on here and you doing all this talking. Man, you've been selling this pie in the sky about a school that ain't even open. You ain't even got the furniture in the building yet. And then you're talking about it may be another year before students come in. What? You still got to have the school up in operation. How you gonna fund it? How you gonna pay your staff? Come on, I got an independent school. What? Independent of what? If you can't, it takes you 12 years to get it open. So what are you talking about? You ain't even got it open. You talk like it's up and running. It's not up and running. Wake up, brother. You delusional. You a psychologist. Go lay on somebody else's couch. Stop selling a dream that you have not manifested yet. You have no tracking system. You have no list of students. You have shown no curriculum. You show no success story. You have no graduates. How many scholarships you give it to people that gave them four-year ride in a college or a collegiate level or a trade school? This is delusional, brother.
With everything.
All right, so that's my point.
You can't compare my commitment to the black community to Deion's because he has yet to show it.
You don't think he's saving children?
Doing what?
Being the motivation. Continue.
I'll rest my case.
Oh, so you don't think motivation is necessary?
Brother, to whom much is given, much is required.
You're telling that to me, and I got a lot.
Deion has a lot.
Yeah.
So for you to tell me that he's somehow benefiting black children because they see him winning at a white college, that's the same argument Obama maniacs made when Barack was in the White House and Negroes said just him being there was a benefit to black people. Only problem with that, it didn't play out in the statistics. High school graduation didn't go up. Crime didn't go down. You understand? We didn't do better on a single index in this country as a result of Obama being in the White House. So now you're giving me Deion on the white football field, Barack Obama in the white man's house. Listen.
They're clapping for nothing. They're clapping for nothing.
No, they clapping for the truth.
They're clapping for nothing. It's hard. It's hard because you're not even getting through it and they're clapping. So I know they're clapping for nothing.
No. They hear me, but more than hearing me, they feel me.
Yeah, they feel you. I feel you. I believe you to be the truth, like I always say.
Yes, sir.
But I'm telling you that I believe you not to believe what you're saying. I don't believe that you truly believe that someone should put everything they have into the mission. I don't see you doing that.
That's the only way we win.
I don't see you doing it though.
You don't see me doing it?
No.
Okay. Show me another psychologist who has done more to change the way black parents deal with the mental health and school system in this country.
I haven't.
Dr. Umar, yes, you're a psychologist. You're a doctor, a psychologist. But where did you get your approval from? Who certified you? Huh? Was it black institutions? Where did you get your license from? Was it black institutions? So let's stop all this, man, manipulation with words. Now you say, you the only psychologist? Let me make something clear to you, brother. I'm gonna give you asked for one, I'm gonna give you one. And you no match to him at all. Dr. Naeem Akbar. I travel with the man. We shared the stage speaking to young people all across this country in schools. So I'll be careful how I use words. You the only one? You may be a psychologist looking to open up a delusional independent school. How you gonna fund it? You ain't even opened the school yet. You ain't got the funding to open the school yet. And you're not approved. So how you gonna be approved to be a credit school? What institution gonna approve you? So stop being delusional, brother.
I finished my PhD at 25 years old. Yeah. I was looking for answers.
How old were you at this time?
I was a young professor. We really had to go and seek out the guidance because there was none. But there were no black psychologists. I went there thinking that the answers were there. My colleagues, who were my fellow professors, were still my elders. My students were more my contemporaries. And we are suffering from being exposed still to the alien paradigm that destroys our humanity. Reconstruct our way of understanding ourselves.
And it sets the basis for the next phase.
Yes.
I know what you do, and for the sake of conversation, let me push back.
In history.
For the sake of conversation, I will push back. Where's the result? Show me some numbers. Show me something tangible I can look at.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have every parent I've ever saved and child I help email you directly. And then you can take it from there, my brother.
All right, now I'll definitely have it. I'll pull it up on
Black power.
On the interview.
Black
You see, and here's the
Black power yesterday, black power today, and black power tomorrow. But most of all, black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
All right, King Kong. I'm gonna go ahead and get me some popcorn. You know, here you go again. King Kong talking about the snow bunnies. What do you call them, snow bunnies? The white woman, the snow bunny. Yeah, all right, King Kong. We know how that story ended up. Your true passion, is that what it is? Is that what you're trying to get out? Is it something inside you? Let's talk about Dr. Johnson. Come sit on my couch, brother. Come sit on my couch. Let's talk about what you King Kong. So you love King Kong. You gotta love the story. You gotta love the punchline of King Kong. Huh? You gotta love climbing up to the Empire State Building, and in your hand you got your white woman. Huh? Come on, Dr. Johnson. Tell us the true story, what you really desire, being that you King Kong.
So, how far are you willing to go for your children?
As far as the mission requires. See, here's the thing. We have different value systems, right? And the problem with black people is we operate on a platform of selfishness and individual agenda. Every other group, the culture comes first. The culture comes first. Could you imagine if Deion Sanders was at a historically Mexican college and he got an offer to go to Boulder, Colorado, and turn his back on the Mexican students at the Mexican college on the Mexican football team? He would have never done it.
Why is this looked at like turning your back? He took a job.
Because he did. He had a chance to make a structural, systemic, historic change in the benefit of black athletes.
You believe that they would have let him make that change, but you don't believe that we have that access to any power. But he could have made that change single-handedly.
What access to power at Boulder, Colorado?
No, it's not a finished product. This is what I'm saying.
Okay, what will the finished product look like?
But we don't know, but he's on a journey the same way. See, here's the thing I find disingenuous. You were someone that started a school. You went through criticism. Every move. You would try
part of the movement.
And here's another black man.
I'm building a black school. He had a white college. How you comparing them?
Listen,
I know Deion Sanders had a charter school. He never owned an independent school like I do. It was a charter school. It was a charter school. It was a charter school.
Well, hold on, sweetheart. We'll give y'all a chance. We'll give y'all a chance to speak. You know, we are live recording.
Charter schools are publicly owned.
We are live recording.
Douglas Marcus Garvey Academy is independently owned by black
people. But
I'm
saying, listen, back to what I'm saying. Hey, Umar.
LeBron James,
Umar.
School.
Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson.
Know what you say?
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Which?
Stop
She was wrong. I had to clarify.
Yeah, I understand. Listen, though.
Who owns it?
Listen.
Who owns it?
Listen.
Who owns it?
Hey, hold on, sweetheart. We'll give you an opportunity. I'm going to give you a mic in just a second.
It's a charter school.
Listen, though.
Dr. Johnson, bro, you still talking about this delusional school. You ain't opened up no school taxation without representation, partner. So what if Deion got a charter school? He opened a school. You know how many schools, Imhotep, Timbuktu Academy, and etc. all over this country has been open? I mean, I grew up in Newark, New Jersey, man. Amir Baraka, brother, had the school called Newark. You talking like, you know, you the only one. And they opened up a school. They had buildings. They had after-school program. They fed the kids in the community. They fed the people and the children and whatnot. Where's yours, brother? You knocking Deion because, but he had a charter school. What does that mean, man? Taxation without representation? Why not? You talk about all these white institutions, the Catholic Church and religious institutions. Well, what do they got? They got taxation, brother, without representation. So they got representation. It doesn't matter if it's an independent. How you gonna fund it? How you gonna pay your staff? Where the money gonna come from? At least Deion opened up a school, and he opened it free. And he has a success record. He had a desire to educate our children. You see the man, so what are you talking about, man?
You have a charter school.
Yes.
In Texas. What's it called?
Prime Prep Academy.
Prime Prep Academy.
Yeah, we have K through 6 in Fort Worth and 6 through 12 in Dallas. And we are excited. We are so happy. And I still believe that the children are our future. And education is the key to unlock every door.
Amazing. It was not an easy thing to do. It's a difficult start, right?
A lot of ignorance and a lot of adolescents and a lot of adults get in the way of kids being educated. And I have a whole new team, whole new bunch of administrators. 16 out of 16 kids graduated seniors last year. 15 of them went to college.
That's unbelievable.
One went into the military, and we've had less than 2 years completed, and we've given out over 13 athletic scholarships.
That's great. And your nickname is Primetime. How did you get that nickname?
Basketball. Most people think it comes from football or baseball.
As well, to spread this word.
This school for 3 years, and everything we've told our parents, we've kept it 100, and we tried to bring the past. Now, 3 years of due diligence and hard work by business partner D.L. Wallace, we brought it to pass. We brought it to pass. Prime Prep Academy, baby. And in Fort Worth, K through 5. In South Dallas, which is Oak Cliff, 6 through 12, grade 6 through 12. Free. It rhymes with me. I said free. I didn't stutter, stumble, or slip, baby. I said a free charter school, and every kid in the school will have a laptop computer. Your whole curriculum is already downloaded on your laptop computer. We bookless, baby. The teachers, you don't have to spend those countless hours of grading papers. Everything is automated. Oh, 21st century. You can hear me? 21st century. You see that 21 I added in there? 21st century technology for our babies, because I still believe that our children are the future. And I'm here. We're trying to get these kids to college. It ain't about sports. It's about getting these babies to college and giving them a chance. Some of the opportunities that we didn't get. We're going to give these babies a chance to make a difference in this world. That's truth. And I want to thank my boys, my homies, my dogs, my partners. Hey, from Hip Hop Nonstop TV, they keeps it 100. That's why I love them.
Brothers and sisters, I think I made my case very clear on correcting the misinformation that Dr. Umar Johnson has been spilling, these ridiculous conspiracy theories surrounding Coach Prime and moving from Jackson State to Colorado. And I just ask that we continue to pray for Coach Prime and his family, keep them in our prayers, pray for the success of his children, and to continue surrounding him with love and support. The brother is doing an amazing job. He is actually doing and have been doing so much amazing things. And I want to personally thank Coach Prime for the things he have done, the inspiration that he has invited and have invested in my son at Jackson State. I want to thank Coach Prime for bringing him on, recruiting him as a walk-on to Jackson State when he was there as a coach. And he was my son's idol. And Coach Prime my son has found him to be a very stand-up. He always say, Daddy, I tell you, Coach Prime remind me of you. He remind me of you, and the way he love his children is like, it's amazing, Daddy. He love them like you love me. I said, well, son, that's what good men do. Good men love their children. They're responsible for their family. They uphold for their family, and they do whatever they can for humanity, because we are lovers of humanity. And so I want to say, Scripture says this, and we got to be very careful, people. It's in 1 Samuel, where the master of the universe is speaking to Samuel, the prophet. And he says to Samuel this. He said, you humans look at the outer image of a person, but I, the creator, looks at their heart. So let's pray that Coach Prime continue with the goodness in his heart to help people no matter where they are on this journey, because his journey is just getting started. He's in a whole new chapter in his life. And I say to my brother, you may mean well, but you are misinformed on this man. You make some good points about how we need to support these institutions in our community and reinvest in our community. You make some very good points about that. But your points about Coach Prime, brother, you out of place, man. And you got to be checked. I'm telling you. So I'm making it light to you right now, because you really don't want this sauce over here. You're delusional with your brand and your likes and your views. It mean nothing to me. Made a cast iron dipped and still nothing hovering over me but God and a host of angels. So Coach Prime, I just thank you for what you have done and opened the doors for my son. And I want to just share with you all that interview of Coach Prime with my son, and may the Master of the universe bless each and every one of you. I leave you as I came before you, and greeting you in peace. And I pray that each and every one of you will have a blessed day. Thank you. This has been your brother, Nasik Emmanuel Shahid Samad bin Avraham.
You know,
I got KD on here with you, Coach.
Take off your jacket. Let me make sure it's you, man. You had braids yesterday, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's him, Coach.
Okay. You went up to Coach Mathis and you thanked him afterwards, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And when you was walking off the field, I asked you what was your name.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I had the right kid, man. Tell me about you.
Tell me your name. Well, my name's Kadmiel Yakir Ben Avraham. You know.
Okay, so tell me what you think happened yesterday. What could you have done?
What could I have done better yesterday? Mm-hmm. Yesterday, I feel like, you know, like I said at DB, I still have a lot of things to learn. Yesterday, like the coach gave me some pointers on being a lot lower when I come out of my breaks or when I'm backpedaling, and I agree with those things. I have to, you know, keep my pad level at a certain level so that I'm not off balance, you know. So I feel like I could have worked on that. I also feel like I could get a lot more off-man drills in, you know, being able to cover space.
So you was corner or safety yesterday? You're corner or safety?
Corner, yes, sir.
You would do. Now, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I watched you, how you worked yesterday. I watched how you kept everybody right emotionally. You try to keep everybody together. And even when you went and talked to Coach Mathis afterwards, your character got you on this call, not your game. Your character. Your game needs work, but I love your character. So I'm going to bring you in, my brother, and you're going to you was on my heart. Coach O, all these guys been looking for you for a whole day because I was trying to get them to catch you before you left yesterday, but you disappeared. We couldn't get you, and I know you had a crazy name. I said, this dude has a crazy name. Yes, it's not a regular name.
I'm Hebrew.
But I was riding around the back, and he told me his name, and you was just in my spirit. So, and I was thinking about you all the way home, and woke up with you on my mind this morning, and we had to get in contact with you. So, I don't know what God is trying to do through you, or with you, or for you, but God is giving you a situation of life for you. Yes, so I hope this presents that. But I'll get all this information and let him know, and I'm going to let you ride with us, my brother. Don't let me down.
Thank you so much, Coach Prime. I really appreciate it.
All right. God bless you.
God bless you too, Coach.
All right, God. All right.
I hit you up,